Well, it's another day and just finished another solar install. Behind me is a 2023 Thor Gemini 23 TE my client just recently purchased. He wanted a system installed on the rig and he wanted to be able to do whatever he wanted with it. And so we got enough battery installed, we got a MultiPlus 2 installed. We'll go over the full specs when we get inside, and then I'll show you up on the roof how much we got for panels installed as well. So one thing unique about this is always trying to figure out where to put the system. So walking around the rig, there's not much for storage on the outside of these small RVs. So my client had a great idea, and let me show you inside. He decided he didn't need the main televator, and so he had one of the cabinets modified to accommodate the system. All right, so coming inside the main entryway, you come up, and if you pan over this way, so there used to be a television that would come up out and then would get stored underneath the cabinet. My client decided to have that removed, a new countertop put up to make space for the system that you can see there already down below. So let me go down here. So coming down here, this is what is all installed. So starting here on the left, we have our MultiPlus 2. This is our inverter charger, 3000 VA, 2400 watts, 12 volt system. We have 2 solar charge controllers, so panels coming in. This one manages the solar panels that are up that we installed up on the roof. This other one is there for a portable panels. I'll show you where we put the solar port so client can connect portable suitcase panels if desired. We've got the Faithful Journey generator auto start stop there, and then next to it is we have the new Orion XS DC to DC charger, which provides 50 amps of charging. Down below we have the Cerbo GX, which provides remote monitoring and also the brains of the system. And then this little box over here is the battery BMS, because as you can see over here we have 2 Victron smart lithium batteries. They are 330 amp hours each, so if you do the math, that's 660 amp hours of battery in this system. One thing I always do on this battery, you can see up here the MRBF fuse. There is one on this battery as well. And let me show you the DC distribution side of the system. This is the main componentry, but let me show you something that was really cool about this install. So if we move over to this next cabinet, this is basically the electrical cabinet. So when you open it up, you can see this is the breaker panel box that comes with the RV from the factory. And then you can see we have the space up above here where I installed my DC distribution stuff. Again, starting on the left, this is a little fuse block that I put in there to provide 12 volt fusing for the shunt and the generator start stop box and the Cerbo GX and the lights I added to the cabinet. It just makes it easier instead of running all little wires with inline fuses, and to me it looks a lot neater, cleaner using that. So next we have our 2 PV disconnects for the solar charge controllers, or for the panels that are coming in. Over here, this is the breaker for the alternator charging. So from the alternator, it comes into here, and then from here goes to the Orion. Up above it, we have the shunt, we have our main battery disconnect, and then over here we have our Lynx Distributor, and then here we have a mega fuse holder for the smart BatteryProtect. So this is everything is centralized, easy access for fusing, disconnects, and DC distribution, easy access in here. And then another thing that I put in here is a little on-off switch for the customer if you wanted to just remotely turn the inverter on and off, but not turn the 12 volt side of the coach off. You can just turn the inverter off here by flipping that little switch here. So let me show you, if I can, it's going to be a bit hard to show you, but let me show you where the batteries connect to. So it might get a little shaky here, but coming inside here, if you pan up in the back here, there are the battery bus bars, which are up there, and the smart battery protect is there. So positive and negative bus bars are up there, and that is how or where the batteries connect to. Now I know some are going to say, well, how are you going to check those battery, how are you going to check those lugs for the batteries? Well, this countertop is held on by like 6 screws, and it comes off pretty easy. So pretty easy to access, to get into those screws. So not that big of a deal. I did torque everything to spec, did tighten everything, so it should be good for a while. But again, if they need to check any of the nuts, fairly easy access to everything. And for stuff that's hidden, the countertop comes off and then provides a very easy access to it. One of the things that we did, generate auto start stop. You can't really see it, but this panel here next to the toilet, that's where the transfer switch is. That's where the BM Pro is, which is the smart node for the RV. And that's where we tied into the generator. I'll have that in another video you can watch, how I tied this system into the generator. All right, so that's the bulk of the system here. Let me show you here. Coming in here, the stairway is the touchscreen running the new UI. You can see the new UI provides alternator charging status. So pretty neat. Now let's head back out of the RV and let's head up to the roof and let's talk about solar panels that were installed. So we're up on the roof of this 2023 Thor Gemini 23 TE. And so what we did, if you can count and you can see the camera showing, there's 1, 2, 3 solar panels. These are the Rich Solar 250 watt panels. As you can see, we got able to get 3 of them up on this roof. So we got 750 watts of solar charging equipped on board on this RV. And I'll show you here in a second when we go back down where the solar port is, so he can plug in portable panels if need be. If I just walk over this way for a second, you can see there's a MaxAir vent fan. We upgraded from the old little fart fan to something that's actually going to move some air in this RV. These are really nice because if you can see, it's basically 2 125 watt panels. Let me zoom in here. So basically, see there's this line here. So there's 125 watt panel. So like, see how this here has shading? So basically only half of the panel, and it doesn't affect this side of the panel. So these panels actually do better with shading because of this split design that Rich Solar has gone to with their 200 and 250 watt panels. These are nice because you can really maximize the width and what you can put up on the roof. Let me just show you where that solar port is put. So underneath here, the step, that's where the old battery used to be. That battery has been removed. Let me just swing this around. The old battery's been removed because it's tied into our new system now. And if you look down here, that is where the solar port is. So that will just hang out and he can plug into that whenever he wants to use a portable panel. That just hides nicely under the step. We didn't have to make any holes into the side. That ended up working really well. That wraps up this install on this Thor Gemini 23 TE Class B, B-Plus motorhome. Really nice rig. Now it's got a really great system installed in it. So just to recap, it has the MultiPlus 2, the 3000 VA, 3000 watt inverter charger, 660 amps of lithium battery. We've got DC to DC charging. We've got solar charging. We've got the generator auto start stop box installed on this rig. So, and then we got 750 watts of solar panels put up on the roof. So this customer is set to go and ready to hit the road and enjoy some boondocking along the route as he gets to his destination. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for more installs.